While the bed is off of our C10, we figured it'd be a good time to be able to show you guys at home what a C-notch is and what the purpose of a C-notch is. So let's go ahead and jump into today's video. So let's go ahead and start off with the important question. What is the purpose of a C-notch? Well, when you end up lowering these trucks, especially in the rear, you unfortunately lose a lot of your suspension travel. Now, the more suspension travel you have, the smoother your ride's gonna be. So by doing a C-notch, this actually allows for the shock to be able to have more travel room, which, like I said, will give you a smoother ride in the long run. Now, not only is it going to affect the actual ride quality of the vehicle, but once you actually start lowering the rear to a certain height, you'll run into some issues where the frame will actually end up hitting the axle. So by doing a C-notch, this allows for more clearance to be able to get that perfect height for your truck. So now that we're all familiar with the purpose of a C-notch, let's go ahead and check out the one that's on our truck. As you can see here, we have a piece of the frame that's cut out and then a piece of metal that's bolted in to be able to connect the two back together. Now this is what a C-notch is. Now what you'll have to do is take off the old factory bracket on the side of the frame. They are riveted in, so definitely plan on picking up an air hammer and a grinder if you don't own one already. Once the bracket is off, you'll start marking the area to cut, but before cutting the frame of the truck, you'll want to support the rear end with either a piece of wood or metal, that way everything doesn't get uneven after making the cuts. After the rear end is supported, go ahead and start cutting the frame. You can use a grinder to do this, or if you have access to a plasma cutter, that'll make life a lot easier for you. Now when you are cutting the frame, it's a good idea to cut a little at a time. You want this C-notch to have a nice snug fit, considering they are connecting the frame rails back together. Now after you're done cutting, go ahead, grab the C-notch, put it up against the frame, mark your mounting holes, and then the kit provides you with new hardware to be able to bolt it up to the frame, and then you're good to go ahead and start this process on the other side. There's a couple things I do want to mention before we go ahead and jump into this process of doing a C-notch. One of them is just doing your research. You want to make sure that you are comfortable and confident before starting this process because you are cutting the frame of your truck. Also, it's a good idea to have the bed off. You don't need to take the bed off to do a C-notch, but it sure makes the job a lot easier. And if you're unsure of how to remove a bed, check out our recent video where you go ahead and remove the bed on our 67 to 72 Chevy C10 and walk you through the whole process. Hopefully with all this information, you now know what a C-notch is and the purpose of one, or if you're trying to do this install yourself, then hopefully this video will help you with that. Now, if this video doesn't have enough information on the install process, we do have an older video of actually performing the C-notch install on this truck, so definitely go ahead and check it out. Let us know in the comments section down below though what your plans are for your classic truck this year. It's time to drop a gear and disappear, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, check out the link in the description for all your classic truck part needs.